you say that you want to learn about the Nat Turner Revolt.
Well, I can tell you about that.
So, Nat Turner, he was a slave in Southampton, Virginia. And he was very religious. And he ended up leading a slave revolt against all the white people. So, in February of 1831, Nat Turner had a vision. It was because of a solar eclipse. It told him that he was to lead a slave revolt against all the white people because he was the Black Moses. So he thought that he got these messages from God. Everyone believed him. He led all the religious things. Well, August 22nd, 1831, 2 a.m., all the about 6 through 8 slaves, they all went to their master's home, and they killed him with his own weapons. As they went from house to house killing everyone, they were gathering more slaves. As they gathered more slaves, there were more people to kill, obviously, and eventually they went to Jerusalem. They were going to Jerusalem, Virginia. So then, after killing all those white people, they had to Jerusalem. I can't say that. They head there to basically continue killing, where a militia stops them. And they get a hold of some people, but most of them run away, including Nat Turner. He got away. And he hid near his master's plantation for 2 months until a hunter found him and brought him to the police. They had a trial. There were his confessions. Somebody is talking to me on Skype, but I'm going to ignore them and focus. Hey, shush it! I'm trying to make my school project. I'm your older sister. I can tell you whatever I want to tell you. You can't shoot me. He just tried to shoot me with an arrow. He was gonna shoot me, and that's like murder. Well, then they hung him, skinned him, and beheaded him, and then they sold his skin, and I'm pretty sure they made bags out of it. And yeah. But then the white people, they ended up killing over 200 slaves, even though they were all innocent. And they took their heads and scattered them around the sides of roads to warn other slave owners to be more stern with their slaves so this will not happen again. I'm just gonna go for a walk down the road. Holy crud, there's heads! Kind of led to us not having slavery anymore, if you think about it, because it really showed how strong the slaves could be and that they would fight. That was gonna be scary, because it really showed how strong the slaves were. And hey, look, some ants, and that one's carrying a little bit of food. But it showed how strong the slaves were, and, I mean, yeah. Obviously, they were going to fight back, and this really proved it. It mainly just affected the blacks and the whites, not really anyone else, though. It was the whites got kind of scared, but were like, hey, let's be more stern with our slaves. And the blacks, they just kind of were all killed. A lot of them were killed, and they got kind of afraid. So, also, if anybody has any questions who is in the classroom that I'm turning this video into, then Heather should be somewhere in the classroom, not exactly sure where she is, but ask her and she'll answer them. Or Tony, I'm not sure. I hear a bird. Okay, well, I think that's all, and Heather will finish it all up, or Tony. So yeah, goodbye, YouTube.